What do you think is an invalid criticism that you get?
To put this the most blunt possible is that any inclination that I'm a scammer, like that is it's patently false. And unfortunately, I'm in a position where the only way to prove that is in a courtroom, which I intend to do sooner rather than later. And I'm looking forward to it because online, a lot of false narratives can be spun up, and unfortunately, people believe them. But yeah, I'd say it's that the businesses that I build are not started with anything but the best intentions.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I don't. If it's not abundantly clear to you, like, I'm not chasing money. I like building, and it happens to be a byproduct of things that I make. Like, I'm good at making it. I'm better at spending it. But like, I like building, and I try to make stuff that I think is disruptive and fun and people can use. And like, it doesn't always work out. And I think there is a bit of a misconception that people have in that something not working out in a business setting doesn't mean you had bad intentions. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Especially now, especially if you can be made into clickbait and like a YouTube thumbnail, and like people can make tons and tons and tons of videos about you to enrich themselves and get attention. Like, bro, God bless you. Go do that, get that bread. But when you lie over and over again, video after video, time and time again, and you know you're lying, eventually you may find yourself being held accountable in a court.
I have noticed that a lot of times people will, to me, almost like make something up, and then everyone sees this and it gets a lot of likes, and then they treat it as fact because that one comment got a lot of likes. Like recently, apparently Jack had a trust fund I was unaware of, and Jack
Elon
shares
Musk
the name.
is a distant relative of mine, according to the general public, because there's another individual that shares my same name, Jack 𝗖𝗧, and he was a part of the PayPal mafia. I've never met him. I've never spoken to him. I tried to speak to him, didn't work out, and he somehow knew Elon, and Elon is apparently my father, but he's not. And so this got a bunch of likes, and then people were responding to this comment saying, wow, I never knew Jack. I've been watching this podcast for 5 years.
Yeah.
I never knew he was a descendant of generational wealth. And then other comments are like, yeah, you didn't know that? And then also this. And I'm like, where did this come about?
It was also crazy. I mentioned a while, years ago, that my dad was an animator for Disney in the 80s and 90s.
It's awesome.
And then someone spun that up, that my dad was an executive at Disney, and that he gave me clients when I started in real estate, and that I wouldn't have been successful if it were not for my dad being an executive at Disney, feeding me clients at 18 years. And I have no idea where they come up with this, but everyone's like, oh, wow, no, I had no idea. It's funny, Graham never mentioned this.
Yep.
Why would he be hiding this? Oh, now it all makes sense.
Boys, I'm going to tell you something. People will believe anything that makes their reality make sense. The truth is no longer important or objective. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter, especially with AI now. People are not going to know what to believe. And so they'll either believe everything or believe nothing. But I think people are idiots, generally speaking, and will probably believe everything. They do not care about truth. They do not care about resolve. They do not care about nuance. So if a headline makes sense to them that fits their interpretation of reality and what they're seeing, that's what they're going to be glued to. And then if they find out facts that negate that information, facts, evidence, truth that negates that evidence, they don't care. Doesn't matter to them. It doesn't fit their reality. And so like, bro, I'm done like trying to convince people, like, hey, bro, you got to believe me. Even that's why like I have no interest in talking about certain stuff that like, no matter how much I say, like people always are going to have something to say. And like, if you want to get to the bottom of it, great. Like, let's lawyer up and flesh it out in a courtroom setting, because you can't hide in court. And for that reason, it's fantastic. Truth matters. Like, it's a jury of your peers, not dumb YouTube audience that's influenced by the other guy in the echo chamber comment section. Like, that's insane. That's not facts, bro. Even on X, bro. I get community notes on X, flames me, but a lot of the times it's incorrect. Like, it's a community note written by members of the community upvoted by members of the community. And if you're someone like me who has a large community that doesn't like you, they'll all just gang up on you on Twitter. You can't even trust a platform
Like
that says that prides itself on truth and objectivity and facts to say truth, objectivity, and facts.
Here's something you can clear up, though. The Pikachu Illustrator card got graded a PSA 10. They say that you got it regraded a 10. I think you should set the record straight on that.
I don't even know what to say. This is so ridiculous to me. Like, I bought it as a 10. Like, there's a video online with like 8 million views, maybe more, of me buying it as a PSA 10. So this one I don't understand at all. I bought the Pikachu Illustrator as a 10. There is objective proof. That's a fact. You can watch it. Link in description. Where does that even start? Like that, this one's crazy because it's like, it's so cut and dry. That card had been graded 10 for like a decade. Help me understand, actually.
They say that your connection got it regraded as a 10.
But it was a 10 when I bought it. You got to help me, Graham.
I'm just saying, that's what they're saying.
But like,
and that's something we could dispel.
But how does that, but like,
do you think you saying this is just not going to make a difference? There's no point.
Hell no, bro. They will go watch the video of me buying the card as a 10 from the guy who had it for 5 to 10 years before me, where he bought it as a 10, and they'll go, I don't even know what they'll say. This is like, I have a disconnect with a portion of the internet because I just don't understand the criticism. And then if I talk about it, like, there's always something else to say. Bro, this podcast alone will feed commentary channels for the next 3 months. Like, they will have a feast with this thing. And bro, God bless you guys. Honestly, God bless you guys. Get that bread. Just, if you can, keep it truthful.
What do you say to the criticism that the PSA 10 should have been a 9 based on its condition?
My opinion about the grade of that card is that it's the best Pikachu Illustrator that I've seen, and I have 10s in worse condition. It's a 10.
Yeah,
that's my opinion. The card is unequivocally, objectively a 10. I don't know if that criticism is so much directed at me, or like it is at the end of the day, right? Which doesn't make sense. I didn't grade the card. The card was graded by PSA 10, 12, 11, 13, 14, I don't know, years ago.
Yeah. My understanding too, the grading back then, they were a little more lenient than they are today with like the technology and everything. So today's 10 is actually a lot harder to get than like 7 years ago. It's my understanding.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
But like, bro,
I mean,
the card says 10 on it. It's the only double-digit illustrator in the entire world. And the buyer, 𝗖𝗓𝗧𝗪, said the following to me. He said, he's like, I did my diligence. I looked at the other alleged better condition cards than this one. He specifically pointed out another one that he saw that is like supposedly in better condition, and he landed on this one. And there were 2 other bidders above $15 million, which as a buyer, for me is like, if I was buying, it's validating. You're not the only one who thinks this is worth over $15 million. And bro, these people are rich because they're not dumb. It isn't dumb money. They did their diligence. And like, there will be criticism around anything I do. It does not matter if it's true. People love to run with anything that tears me down.
What do you think started this like cascading effect of criticism towards Logan Paul?
Japan.
That was it.
Yeah.
And you're beforehand, you had not experienced anything really.
No, I was literally YouTube's golden boy.
So everyone loved you. There was no Logan Paul, the rise and fall. There was nothing like that.
No.
It was simply that.
It was the mistake that I made in Japan. And here's where it gets tricky. That's valid. Like, bro, I made a colossal mistake. And it was a moral mistake. And so, you know, a lot of people close their mind off to the idea that this is like a young person who like had his priorities shifted and like can become a better human being. It's, oh, like he had a moral dilemma. He's going to have a lot more, and he's a piece of he's evil. Like, bro, I see comments online saying like I'm evil. Evil? Bro, like Hitler's evil. Evil, bro? That is a strong word. And if that's someone's opinion about me, bro, honestly, God bless them. I think they're entitled to that opinion. And that's just the way that cookie crumbled. And I think their mind's probably closed off to letting me prove that like I'm a human being who made a mistake and tried to learn from it.
Do you think that you dealt with that the right way? Should you have made an apology video?
For Japan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was sorry. I f***ed up. I genuinely believe I f***ed up. To this day, I'm like if I don't know if this was on your list of questions, but like if you were to ask me what's one regret you have in life, I have more than one, but my actions in Japan, it is a regret. Although I think I became a better human because of it, and I certainly tried to do that. And it wasn't like it's like, yeah, please forgive me. I'm a good guy. It was like, all right, I'm gonna like try to like earn the literally just earn the chance to be forgiven. I want to earn the chance to be forgiven. Just a chance. Please try. Like, let's see if you can open up your mind and like I'll prove that I can be forgiven. And that was like 8 or 9 years ago. And like I think I've done a decent job of it. But because that happened, it's a lot easier for people to then point their finger at me and go like, oh, his business failed. It's a scam. Bro, the business like ultimately didn't work out, but to accuse me of malintentions right off the rip, especially if you have the facts proving otherwise, that's actionable, for example.
Do you think that you needed that to happen?
Yes, I do. I was just headed down a very bad path and would have like done something that would have had a permanent consequence. But why that is a regret is because there's like a victim and who has a family, and like they didn't need to see that, bro.
Did you ever find out any information on you did?
They did not want to speak to me.
Okay. Yeah.
And I understand. And that's something I have to live with, bro. You sleep in the bed you make. I made that bed, and like all I can do is try to become a better human being because of it. But I think because there was a lapse in morality in that moment, people assume, and this may even be valid, people may assume that like that lapse is like a permanent part of someone's personality. Some people believe that, some don't.
What do you think is a valid criticism?
This may be something that is known a little more like personally in my circles, but I'm pretty candid, like to the point where it can come across as like rude. Like I'm pretty blunt. You know how they say treat others the way you want to be treated? Mm-hmm. I find that to be total. I don't like beating around the bush, and if something's wrong, I'm like, bro, you had a thing in your eye earlier, like I told you, like I don't care, like this is
thank you,
this like let's cut the let's get to the root of what we're trying to say here.
Yeah.
It's a little like it can sometimes rub people the wrong way, but like that's how I prefer to be treated, because like I don't have time for and a lot of people want to be babied. Full grown men want to be babied and coddled into finding out what you're trying to say. I don't care to do that.